for the land of the...
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on... And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lillard surveying the D. Got a piece of it, and they're able to recover.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Now here's Leonard. Zubac. The offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. And Lillard gets it to go.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the shot is good.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Now here's Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing it.
Count it.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Lillard. And it's McCollum off the drive. Dishes to Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. George against McCollum. Leonard attacking from the left block. And it's Portland with the rebound. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by Batum. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. And Batum with the basket on the assist from Jackson.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And Lillard gets it to go.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
Jackson looking it over. 1:35 left in the first quarter. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Powell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And here's Rondo. And Cantor pulls it down.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Leonard on the wing, defended by Jones. And Leonard gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Simons. Kicks it out to Jones. 35 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. 6 to shoot. The Trailblazers rebound. And here is Powell. Down low. Here's Cantor. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Rondo finds Patterson. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
16 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Rondo with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Leonard on the wing. Beyond the arc. No good there. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this.
This game, it's
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace. Look at that.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Here's Simons. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Now Rondo. Passes it to Mann. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Cantor's shot is off. Clippers leading by 8. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Anthony. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good points. 3 on 3. Clippers moving the ball around. And Covington sends it back. Nobody near Lillard. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Lillard's got 6 points.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Oturu. And he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Lillard from outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
George finds Patterson, and it's good for 2. Patterson's got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Lillard up top, defended by George. Here's Nurkic. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And that one, good.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
McCollum against George. To the paint. Oturu. Good on the bucket. Oturu's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Three-pointer, Lillard gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Amazing how much Lillard has spatial awareness when his defender's just far enough away. He's going to shoot that quickly.
Stolen by McCollum. The finish. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. George with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Trailblazers trail by 8. McCollum kicks to Covington. Back to McCollum. Got a hand on it.
You need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. You like to see it when he's swatting it away.
And so they foul intentionally. There's 14 seconds left now here in the second. The pass to Kennard. Zubac's with it. Back to Kennard. Shoots over Powell. And that would have counted, but his... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a solid 8-point lead. Shaq, what? And that's...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. An open look for Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area. And the defense gets away with one there. Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Here's Lillard. Powell, no one around him. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Clippers leading by 10. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Lillard. And he finishes nicely on the way. Lillard's got 13 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's George. Oh, that was huge.
Incredible.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Lillard outside. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
George looking around. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. And now Portland on the break. And here they go. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Powell.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ball game.
McCollum outside.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. George against McCollum. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Little. Kennard with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Simons surveying the D. And he jams it with authority.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Leonard on the wing. 1:07 left to play here in the third. It's good.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Here's Simons. Canner in the corner. Outside, Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, that's blocked. Outside, Leonard. Inside, Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Pass to Canner. Outside, Jones. And Jones slams it in. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 6.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
The third quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, up by 9. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers leading by 9. Kennard kicks to Rondo. Back to Kennard. Over Anthony. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
In the corner, Powell with it. A three-pointer, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Norkic checked in for Cantor. McCollum comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Pass to Kennard. Here's Oturu. Batum wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray. Batum's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Rondo passes to Coffey. To the inside. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. There's the lob to Lillard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Rondo. Drops in the layup for two. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
And here's George. Pass to Zubac. Back to George. Good on the shot. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Outside, George for 3. They get the rebound. Outside, Jackson kicks it to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
Oh. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
McCollum against George. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the paint. Here's Zubac. The shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Powell for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers leading by 12. Leonard with no one around. And Batum kicks to Leonard. It's good from long range.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Paul George.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Leonard, no luck. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. The shot by Powell, no good. It's tipped. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. On the wing, Jackson. Back to George. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
Zubac finds George. Zubats, great positioning on the putback.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this one.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for... The city of Denver is in full. Now it's in.
Well, the ceremony was.
Thank you, DA. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Nuggets, Porter is out there with Gordon. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray in at the 1 spot.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Barton surveying the floor. Jokic high post. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Zubac. Jokic, no good. George against Porter. And that one's good, George.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
And a wide open look for Porter. And it's Murray with the jam.
I like the athleticism of Murray, just taking off towards the rim for the jam.
Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Jackson passes to Batum, and Batum throws it down.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Porter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Jackson. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Jackson against Murray. And there's the pass to Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Leonard with no one around. Misses the 3. The Nuggets trail. Out to the right wing. Murray finds Gordon. Denver passing it around. And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Jokic after the Clippers pick up 2. Outside Gordon. Floats it up for Jokic. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
52 seconds left to play in the first. Rondo passes to Batum. Back to Rondo. Millsap with the steal. Stolen by George. Jokic with the steal. Back to Murray.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Here's Rondo. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, I've always respected Rondo's tenacity, his smarts, and his willingness to make plays.
A different look for Denver. JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic. And it's JaMychal Green in for Paul Millsap. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Kennard's checked in. Leonard, a good look. Nails the 16-footer.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
With one on the clock, and it's Murray with the jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as it.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
JaVale McGee is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Catching up on the changes for Denver. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Will Barton in for Murray. George is checked in for the Clippers.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And it's McGee with the jam. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
And here is Los Angeles now. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Running with purpose. Whenever Barton gets a lane right to the rim, he's going to rise up with power and throw it down.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
There's the three. That one misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Morris kicks to George. From deep. Here's Morris. Pass to George. Stolen by McGee. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Lobbed up there for Green. Paul George with the steal. They're running. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Hits the jumper in space. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
Man, just flying up and down the court. 9 straight in transition.
Running them right out of the gym. The defense looks like they're ready for a break.
Pass to McGee. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. McGee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Patterson passes to George. Clock at 6. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Passes to Jokic. Jackson against Murray. And stolen by Murray. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Leonard, he's checked in for George. Jokic with the bucket.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And here's Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Murray. All alone. And it's Murray with the jam.
How about the commitment, guys, from Murray on defense? Moving his arms all around and coming up with steals as a result. Active arms and hands, a big part of it.
Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Leonard.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded closely. Outside Millsap. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Murray against Jackson. Leonard with the ball. 6 points for him. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of...
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 spot.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it. And he gets exactly where he wants to.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And the pass to Porter. Back to Jokic. Leonard with the steal. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
The Clippers in the lead.
A self-described country boy from the town of Samba, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 8 points.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
Jackson against Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Jackson passes to Zubac. Here's Patterson. Rebound by the Nuggets. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Murray, good.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Jackson against Murray. Jackson drives in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Murray, the pass to Barton. Murray surveying the D. Inside, stolen by Zubac. To the middle, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
1:44 left here in the third quarter. Murray for three. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Outside Rondo, 5 on the clock. Pass to Zubac. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Nuggets trail by 6. And it's Murray penetrating. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
No answer for Murray from the defense so far. Absolutely ferocious at taking it inside.
Now Rondo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, that's just cunning and crafty by Rondo. Drives in, looking to draw a foul, and hoping to knock down the shot as well. That's just good basketball.
Gordon's checked in for the Nuggets. And the Clippers making a switch here. And then Gordon with the dunk.
With maturity comes greater patience, understanding how to play smarter. Murray keeps his options open and finds a teammate who's gotten free.
24 seconds left in the third. Here's Mann. He's covered by Murray. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Murray outside. No good with the triple. Here's Mann. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then there's Gordon. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Rondo with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. George finds Batum. That one falls. Batum's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Denver making a switch here. Martin is checked in. Poke loose. Jokic with the steal. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, this is part of the joy of watching Jokic do his thing. This guy has the ability to take over possessions.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Clippers leading by 5. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Batum. Pass to man. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Down low. Murray, no good.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
From deep, George. And that one is off. And Denver the other way now. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
Gordon against George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Jokic.
I like how George looks for contact. He kind of seeks it out. He doesn't back away from the hard physical contact. He knows he's going to get a chance to get to the line when he does take the contact.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Floats it up for Jokic.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Rondo against Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Jokic with the steal. Jumps up. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now just a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, you know, Jokic has such active hands and really good anticipation. For a big guy, he comes up with a lot of steals.
And it's Murray with the jam.
Jamal Murray proving he's not afraid of the big moment. Big time shot there.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Offensive rebound. And it's Jokic missing. Clippers leading by 3. 20 feet out. Kennard's shot is off. Barton left side. Jokic trying to free himself up. Barton, no luck.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Paul Millsap. 1:25 left in the game. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Right side, Leonard. To the inside. Jokic with the steal. And here we go again. The Nuggets on the break. Leonard with the steal. And here comes the break. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And guys, That's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments. Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Murray, the pass to Jokic.
How about the big-time clutch basket from Jokic? No backup in him, despite the major pressure.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. And George kicks to Jackson. Shot from the wing, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
Jokic passes to Porter. Back to Jokic, 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Murray. Yes!
Hey, you can't just have skill and confidence to make big shots. You got to have a big ticker, too.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the Hey Dave.
Well, Kevin and
thanks, David. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Clock at 6. Here's Doncic. And he banks in the layup.
Well, the tight handle allows Luka Doncic to make the pretty move off the bounce.
George with the ball. To the middle. Here's Zubats. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Zubats has got his second bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Here's Doncic, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Leonard with the bucket.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Richardson. On the wing, Doncic. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
George dishes to Leonard. And a miss there on the triple. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Richardson finds Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. And contact on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here is Doncic after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Inside. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic and a pretty pass right there.
Jackson against Porzingis. And the dunk by Zubats.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Now here's Porzingis. Back to Richardson. There's the pass to Porzingis. He doesn't hit that one. And the Clippers will come the other way.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic passes to Kleba. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
George dishes to Batum. George looking over the floor. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Rondo, no good.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
To the wing right side. And stolen by Patterson. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, leading by 5. Outside Leonard. It's Kennard, top of the key. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Kennard's got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now here is Hardaway. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Marjanovic kicks to Redick. On the wing, Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. Second chance shot. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rondo against Brunson. Outside Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. It's up a 3. The Clippers rebound. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Redick. And Cauley-Stein has it in the corner. And that one's good. Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 8 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here's Rondo. Patterson up top. Left side, Leonard. To the paint. Shakes him. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. And he recovers it. Lets the 3 fly. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Brunson the pass to Redick. The dish to Cauley-Stein. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Clippers leading by 4. Outside Rondo. Pass to Oturu. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Redick against Kennard. Hardaway passes to Redick. Hardaway dishes to Redick. Hardaway kicks to Redick. Marjanovic against Patterson. From 6 away. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Oturu, the pass to Patterson. And here's Kennard. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
1 second left. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Doncic.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
And some good action. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. Their lead at one point was up to 7. And that does it for our half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Dallas making a switch here. Redick is checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Coffey's checked in. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's George. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Good. George has got 4 this quarter.
There's a rhythm with which Paul George plays the game of basketball. That pace is so important.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Now, here is George. 12 points for him. Outside for Jackson. Here's Finney Smith. Doncic outside. Passes it to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You have to know how to play pick and roll in today's NBA, and Porzingis has got great instincts of when to dive and when to fade.
Now, here is George. Now the pass to Zubac. With the floater. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Zubats has got 8 points.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Porzingis kicks to Kleba. George against Redick. 5 to shoot. Here's Kleba. The shake. Rebound by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. This guy is such a tough cover in the pick and roll. Paul George threading the needle perfectly. Excellent pass.
Redick surveying the D. Pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Trey Burks checked in for J.J. Redick. And the Clippers making a change here. Now, here is George. 12 points for him. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The score now all even. Oturu's got his first bucket in this one.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Pass to Burke. They double him with George. Now Kleba. Patterson defending. Doncic with it. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. It's good. Kleba's got 5 points in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
A pass to Porzingis.
You know, a chance to be a two-way player for sure, but I think offensively, with Porzingis' size and skill level, that's where you see the most upside.
Outside, George. Here's Oturu. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the moment.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 1. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Brunson finds Marjanovic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at it.
Free throw drops from Marjanovic. Zubats is checked in for Patrick Patterson. And he makes both free throws. The Clippers trail. Outside Leonard. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. The Mavericks shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. Passes it to Cauley Stein. Here's Marjanovic. Now here's Cauley Stein. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. He gets it in there. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Now Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose, and Leonard gets it to go.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Marjanovic kicks to Richardson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. And here is Cauley Stein. And there's the pass to Marjanovic. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Outside Leonard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Oturu. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley Stein. First one falls for him. And the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Doncic passes to Powell. To the inside, Porzingis. Basket counts. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Embrace the spotlight, KP. Delivery in a big moment for Porzingis.
Rondo against Doncic. Pass to Oturu. Here's Rondo. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hardaway finds Doncic. The pop. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Rondo. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis stays aggressive on the offensive end. And with the kind of offensive arsenal he has, it's exactly what you hope for, guys.
Here's George. This one for 3. Powell pulls it in. 1:07 left in the 4th quarter. Richardson kicks to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Shoots from the right block. Sweet move. It drops.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
George way outside. Great positioning on the putback.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Rondo against Doncic. It's in!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. .11 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Down low. In the corner, it's Kleba. Off target from three-point range. Batum for three, no good. And so it's Dallas winning this one. It was up for grabs. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Roman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at point. And the dunk by Jackson.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the G.
Lillard with it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's the three.
Oh, man. Jackson is just a pesky defender. Does a phenomenal job at getting a hand up in the face of shooters.
Chalk up two there. Jackson's got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing. Lillard's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's George. Banked in off the glass.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
For the Clippers, Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kennard in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And Anthony subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Lillard missing.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Having a little trouble finding their legs.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard, right side, good on the 13-footer.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Outside, George. Outside, Leonard from downtown. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Pass to George. Leonard on the wing. Lets it go from deep. That shot off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Well, they weren't going to stay perfect forever, but still shooting 80% from the floor to start the game.
Lillard against Leonard. Giles the pass to Lillard. It's not going to go for him. PT that time from Leonard.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard. Portland trailing here. Shots good by Anthony.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Now Rondo. There's a minute 47 left here in the first quarter. Feeds to Patterson. Outside Rondo, just 5 on the clock. Hits it from three-point range.
Rajon Rondo's never been a sharp shooter, but over the course of his career, he's gotten more comfortable from range.
Here's McCollum, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
Leonard, no luck. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Foul for 3. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Cantor finds Anthony. Back to Cantor. Covington against Batum. Covington passes to Powell. They grab their own miss. Cantor out to Anthony. Cantor against Patterson. Tries yet again. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Kennard on the wing. Off target with his 3. Portland leading. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Rondo drives in, and he makes that one. Rondo's got 5 points so far.
This is why Kennard's teammates appreciate him. He's good at sharing the wealth when they're uncovered.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Cranes the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
I mean, having a floor general like Rondo.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. He's perfect from the line this time. Lillard outside. Rondo with the steal. It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses are clicking. And when Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early, aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, you've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star, Damian Lillard, said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Out to the right wing. Here's Patterson. Offline with his three.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State. A small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Lillard against Jackson. Oh, that was something else.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Inside. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson kicks to Patterson. Left side, George. It's stolen by Jones. For the finish. And then Lillard slams it in.
But look at how quickly Lillard leaps out of transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
Outside for George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 3. Jones in the post. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing. The Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And he gets it to go.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Here's Simons. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
The pass to Giles. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Here's Oturu. Back to Kennard from past the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
McCollum left side. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Nobody near Leonard. Drills the three-pointer.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
30 seconds left to play in the first half. And yes, it's good.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Pass to Oturu. Got a piece of it. On the wing, Jackson. Batum for three. Jackson passes to Oturu. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. Lobs it up for Cantor. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop. And it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the opening. And that's...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Nobody near Lillard. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. George looking over the floor. Batum passes to Zubac. Jackson dishes to Leonard. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Leonard's got 8 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's George. Again, the Clippers.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Lillard from outside. That's a basket. Is 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Rock solid start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Zubac kicks to George. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Portland leading by 7. Lillard, the pass to Covington. A 3 from McCollum. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now here's Lillard. 19 points in the game. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo sub in for Jackson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Simons, the pass to McCollum. High post, Nurkic, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Simons. And a rejection by Zubac. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Cantor, he checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Jones. Now here's Rondo, guarded closely. To the wing right side. On the wing, George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. A shot by Batum, no good. Portland leading by 3. Here's Simons. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
On the wing, Batum. Pass to Oturu. Here's Coffey. Here's Oturu. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Coffey passes to Rondo. Over in the corner, Batum. From deep, George. And Cantor pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Simons. Outside, Covington. McCollum up top. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Robert Covington. Clippers trail by 5. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. And the pass to Kennard. A 3 ball. He's off on that one. And it's Portland the other way. And here's Nurkic. Anthony looking it over. Lays it up off the glass. Anthony's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Passes to Kennard. And Leonard has it in the corner. Los Angeles with another miss. Outside Anthony. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Trailblazers leading by 7. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Here's Lillard. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Powell. Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Giles. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Leonard finds Rondo. Now here's Patterson. High post, Zubac. Rondo passes to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Patterson can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the glass.
Kanter dishes to Lillard. Goes straight through the defender. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now it's Giles running. He can go all the way.
I like to see this Lillard. Patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Patterson. Kennard kicks to Patterson. Now Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. Back to Powell. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead. And that would have been a big 3 if he drained it, answering back for the triple at the other end.
Pass to Giles. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Here's Kennard. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside, finds himself a shot.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his third foul so far. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Giles. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Fires for three. McCollum, no good. Clippers trail by 14, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. Got that one up quick.
Well, look, if you're out there with Rondo, you find some open space, and he's going to find you.
Lillard with it. .136 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rondo. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Well, a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood. Rondo, he isn't bothered by a little contact.
McCollum outside. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy is just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Batum passes to Oturu. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Coffee from outside off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
From deep, George drains it from beyond the arc.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now Powell. From deep three-point range, he can't get that one. And so it's Portland winning this one. And in the... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the
Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 2 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Murray. Pass to Jokic. Stolen by Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
To the middle. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Outside, Batum. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. The shot by George, no good.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Barton finds Gordon. Porter against George. Over to the wing. Here's Jokic. That shot misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Now, Jokic. Paul George missing from long range. Gordon kicks to Murray. Back to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Downright lethal in the pick and roll. Gordon's size and quickness, along with the decision making, it's a tough combination.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Leonard with the bucket.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Here's Gordon. The kick out to Porter. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now here's Jackson. Back to George. Outside, Batum. With the shot. Offensive rebound. Makes it off the glass.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Murray. No points in the game yet for him. Barton outside. To the inside. Gordon got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Los Angeles leading by 4. High post, Zubats. Nobody near Leonard. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
He gets that one. Gordon's got 10 points.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
George passes to Zubats. Batum wide open. He fires. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Gordon finds Murray. He's looking for Porter and finds him. Outside for Murray. Barton outside. Porter outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. That one drops for him.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Passes it to Jokic. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Free throw, good. Jokic.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 7.
You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Clippers ahead. They lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Green. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Jamal Murray. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. The pass to Oturu. There's the dish to Leonard. Here's Oturu. Here's Patterson. Oturu controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Oturu's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
When it comes to drawing fouls, Millsap's one of the best in the league.
For Denver, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And Los Angeles with some changes. Coffey's checked in, and George is subbed in for Luke Kennard. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Outside, George. No good on the 3.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I like how Millsap got in and forced the issue in the paint.
The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Nuggets. Coffey passes to Rondo. From deep, George. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Here's Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Murray's got 4 this quarter.
Now that's beautiful. Millsap could have forced something there, but instead waits for his open teammate.
Rondo passes to Oturu. Clippers moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. Pass to George. Launches a 3. Basket made, just his 2nd this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
And we talk about Georgia's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Back to Murray. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Picked away. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. And Barton subbed in for Murray. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Gordon finds Millsap. Shoots over Zubac. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Stolen away. And Jokic slams it in.
And like the initiative there, Jokic seen an opportunity to get inside and just attack it.
Here's Jackson to the paint. Here's Zubac. Pass to man. Outside Jackson. Morris kicks to Batum. Passes it to man. Now Batum. Shot clock at 3. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. JaVale McGee comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Michael Porter in for Aaron Gordon. Martin. And with the rebound.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Leonard, no luck.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Barton. Comes up empty down low. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
There's the pass to McGee. Now, here's Jokic. Over Leonard. And again, Denver no good. And so we conclude the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your... That's all for now.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson, and it's man in a shooting guard. Patterson passes to Zubac. And here is Patterson. Down low, pass to man, and Leonard has it in the corner. Clock at 4. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Barton finds Jokic. Back to Barton. Nice move. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's Jackson with the drive. Pass to Patterson. Here's Zubac. Jokic defending. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
A decisive finish for Reggie Jackson at the rim.
Murray outside. Kicks it out to Gordon. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Past a man. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. Murray, the pass to Gordon. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys, I think, that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
The pass to man. Pass to Batum. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to man. Here's Okuru. Paul Millsap with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 9. Porter finds Green. Now here's Millsap. Martin passes to Murray. Martin with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Here's Green. Right side, Porter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
Free throw good, Porter. And Porter drops them both. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Passes it to Kennard. Kennard on the wing. Back to George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Rondo passes to Okuru.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Here's Murray. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. Marcus Morris is checked in for Patrick Patterson. And Denver also making a switch. Gordon's checked in, and so Murray nails both of them.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Inside. Pass to Kennard. Out to the right wing. Back to George. To the paint. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Outside Gordon. Back to Murray. To the middle. Puts the move on, and it's McGee with the jam.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. 16 seconds left to play in the third. And George kicks to Kennard. The pass to Rondo. George with the ball. And stolen by Murray. Fires from deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
One of the best defenders in the NBA, Paul George, displays strong timing and discipline.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with JaVale McGee is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be his second foul of the game. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. George with the ball. Pass to Zubac. Wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Here's Jokic. They get it again.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Kennard, the pass to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Passes it to George. And here's Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. And George kicks to Rondo. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Back to Kennard. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They trail by 6. Here's Zubac, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Martin's checked in for Denver.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Pass to Zubac. Now, here's Kennard. Outside Rondo. Back to Kennard. The shot by George. Wide open. It's good from long range. And the Clippers lead by 7.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Murray, the pass to Gordon. Barton outside. On the wing, Gordon. Back to Murray. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And George, here we go. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in. Murray kicks to Barton. Now the pass to Murray. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. George passes to Jackson. Now Patterson. Pass to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Here's Patterson. On the wing, George. Sinks the triple. George has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Left side, Leonard. Pocket 6. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 16.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Los Angeles making a switch here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Jackson against Murray. Passes to Batum. Shot clock at 6. There's the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 14.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Los Angeles.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for George.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Here's Dozier. He's covered by Leonard. Down low, Bull. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 16-6 run. A 3 from Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Outside, Batum. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now, here's Doncic. Knocked loose, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And, Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Yes, that goes in.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis passes to Kleber. He kicks it to Doncic. In the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
George against Richardson. Pass to Leonard. Three-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Doncic looking it over. Here's Porzingis. Pulls up on the wing, and that one drops for him.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis. That one's on target.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doncic with the steal, and Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the layup is good.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's George after Luka Doncic's bucket over Richardson. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Porzingis, the 3. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Now, here is George. Passes it to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. To stop the run. Oh, that was something else.
Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Out to the wing. Back to Doncic. .146 left to play here in the first. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. Good work defensively by Richardson.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position. Plenty of space. Just clanked it.
It's deflected. Doncic with the steal. There's the pass to Porzingis. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
George against Richardson. And George, here we go. Pass to Zubac. Doncic with the steal. Kleber kicks to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George looking around. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. From 12 feet out. Zubac tips it back in.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. 24 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Out to Porzingis. A pass to Porzingis, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
That's a big target in Porzingis, but he delivers.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Rondo. Here's Oturu, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 6. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward.
Cauley-Stein in great position to reject that shot.
The drive by Redick. And it's sent back by Morris. Outside, George for 3. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Dallas leading by 6. And Redick kicks to Brunson. Outside, Redick. There's the triple. No good on that one. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Rondo. Kennard, the pass to George. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. The dish to Powell. Back to Cauley-Stein, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, George. Back to Rondo. In the corner, Kennard with it. Kicks to Rondo. George up top. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The tray. Can't hit that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pass to Powell. He feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Hardaway against Kennard. Hardaway passes to Cauley-Stein. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Morris, and the call on the shot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Redick finds Brunson. Back to Redick. And here's Brunson. He's covered by Rondo. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Lets it go. Poked away. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patterson, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Leonard in for George. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Richardson attacking, and that one is good. Richardson's got his first basket.
Now, one part about Josh Richardson's game is the speed factor. Turns on the jets when he's taking it to the rack.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Hardaway with the steal. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Porzingis. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
And they continue to control the glass.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Oturu. Back to Jackson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Porzingis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
And the defender was slow reacting. Didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line. And when he's on, he can be lights out.
And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 8.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And here's Leonard from 3. Hits it from three-point range.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Doncic. He's got 8. And they double up Doncic. And there's the pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 8 points for Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
With 1 on the clock and the dunk by Doncic.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, and that
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
They've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. In the corner, it's Kleber. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. Yep, that one goes.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
George dishes to Batum. Shoots the 3. George, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. Zubac finds George. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. The shot by Kleber, wide open, and the 3 off target. Kleber against Batum, and it's blocked.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Brunson kicks to Porzingis. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got the lead up to 7 now for the man.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
George passes to Zubac, and it's blocked. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Richardson. Dallas leading by 7. Here's Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
The wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
1:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Batum wide open. He fired. That 3 off the mark.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Burke finds Hardaway. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop and finished off by Leonard.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
1:19 left to play here in the 3rd. Back to Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. Misses the 3. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. Morris kicks to Batum. Lets it go with the 3. That shot no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Leonard on the wing. Back to Rondo. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And now it's a 9-point Maverick lead. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Runs in the pass to Marjanovic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Marjanovic has got 6 points.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And so it's Dallas. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. The defensive work they've done. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic out there with Burke. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's CLA Stein. And it's Hardaway in at the 3. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Richardson comes in for Trey Burke. Outside, George hands it from downtown.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Doncic against Jackson. Powell kicks to Richardson. Back to Powell. Doncic outside. 6 to shoot. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Richardson against George. Jacks up a 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And right now, the torture chamber that Paul George has put the defense in is paying off for his team.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. He kicks to CLA Stein. Right wing. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And again, Dallas turns it over. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie CLA Stein. Jackson dishes to Patterson. Pass to George. Leonard on the wing. Here's Oturu. Guarded by Porzingis. Here's George. Pass to Oturu. Kicks to Patterson. Right side George. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Richardson finds Porzingis. Now here's Powell. Porzingis inside. It's hauled in by George.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Leonard on the wing. Dishes to Jackson. Back to Leonard. Clock at 6. This is it to Oturu.
Well, Porzingis with that huge wingspan can still be a tough matchup for any opposing shooter. Just a quick challenge with that long length.
Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Doncic. It's good. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
George double teamed. Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Finney-Smith passes to Richardson and stolen by Patterson. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Outside for George. For the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
The 3 from George. Jackson has the open look. And the Clippers miss again. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Here's Finney-Smith. And the pass to Richardson. Doncic outside. Powell inside. He's covered by Leonard. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Dallas also making some changes. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson.
Now, J.J. Redick doesn't get talked about enough defensively. Determined on that possession and got his hand up.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
George with no one around. Nails the tray.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Stolen by George. Here's Jackson. And the miss. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the double. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining.